Current 11th graders will receive a registration form with 12th grade listed at the top. This form is designed for you to select which courses you wish to take next year, your final year of high school. Your form should be purple in color. Hopefully you have completed your four-year plan over the last few weeks. Taking the time to thoughtfully consider your long-term goals and using this information to consider your course needs and options during high school will make the registration process quicker and easier for you. The first step in preparing to register is to print your four-year plan from your Google Drive. Make sure your name is printed on top. This four-year plan will need to be stapled to your official registration form before you submit it to your advisor. Next, place your four-year plan next to your registration form. You will notice that very few courses on your registration form are crossed out. The few that are crossed out are classes not offered in the coming year. They are offered in alternate years or the music classes for 8th and 9th grade. Now that you are in your last year of high school, you may wish to consider your readiness and eligibility to enroll in college-level courses. You are encouraged to look at all your options as you plan for the courses you wish to take in your last year of high school when completing this registration process. Refer to the registration handbook for more details about admission requirements for college courses. Talk to the school counselor if you have questions. If you have failed any required classes and have not retaken them, then it is a good idea to register for them this year. Remember to register accordingly for these classes. Consult with your advisor or the counselor for assistance with this if needed. You can look at your transcript and the graduation checklist to review which courses you need, and if this is a 1 or 2 quarter class, and do you need to retake the first or second half or both. You will also notice that no courses are circled on your registration form as they had been in the past. As a senior, you now have options to select from to meet your course requirements. This is where using the four-year plan and thinking ahead will simplify this for you. Students are encouraged to follow the recommended course sequence as outlined for you on the original four-year plan, while selecting the rigor of our courses based upon what you are ready for. As an example, in 12th grade, most students only have a few more required classes to take, including 2 English classes and social studies classes. Students typically select between American literature and college literature to meet their research standard, and then choose between humanities and novel study for their reading class. Depending on what you have already taken last year and what your remaining requirements include, select the English credits you need to meet graduation requirements. In addition, students typically take economics and government in the senior year. However, you do have the option of taking college government for 2 quarters if you wish, and you qualify to enroll for the college level credits. Consulting with the teacher and/or your advisor or the counselor may be necessary to help you decide which classes you are ready for. Please review the instructions on your registration form. They instruct you to circle the courses you wish to take. Take note of the fact that courses show 2 numbers to circle before the course name. Courses with 2 numbers are taken for 2 quarters, and because each full block course is equal to 1/2 credit per quarter, these courses will show they are worth 1 full credit since they will take 2 quarters to complete. As shown in the instructions, and as you can see on your four-year plan with the number of boxes you are allowed to fill in each year, the maximum number of credits you can earn each year is 8. Therefore, the maximum number of classes or credits you can register for on your form is the equivalent of 8 credits. Don't be confused by circling study halls or responsibility block in the senior year. They are listed with credits. You can add them to your form and tally up to 8 credits. However, you technically don't earn credits by taking study hall. You will proceed with completing your registration form by looking at your four-year plan and your intended courses for your senior year. and then going to your form and making sure all the correct courses you wish to take are circled accordingly. Please double check your selections to make sure you have circled the correct courses and they total up to 8 credits of time. This should also match up to the number of boxes you filled in on your plan. If you are in a music class, please take a moment to look at these boxes on your form. It is important that you realize that each music class, choir, band, or orchestra is taken during 1/2 of a block of time in our school schedule. Therefore, you earn a quarter credit for each quarter rather than a 1/2 a credit earned with all other classes. This is why you will notice 4 numbers before each one. Because you are registering to take the music class all year for 4 quarters, and a quarter credit times 4 quarters equals 1 full credit. If you take only one music, then you must also circle the study hall option in this section. Because we have no classes for you to take for just 1/2 of the block of time opposite your music, with the exception of accounting. Therefore, on your 4-year plan, taking one music equals 4 boxes on your plan with 1 full credit for your music, filling 2 boxes, and 1 credit of time taking your study hall, filling another 2. Or depending on how you fill that out, it might show choir/study hall in 4 boxes. On your registration form, this is also tallied as 2 credits of time when adding up to the total number of courses to be taken each year. You would circle the 4 numbers before both the music class and the study hall. If you are taking 2 musics, then circle the numbers before each of your musics accordingly and tally this as a total of 2 credits. Moving to the back side of your form, once you have made all your course selection, double check the total credits of time you have registered for and make sure this totals up to 8 as you fill out the back. Do not register for any more or less than 8 total credits of time. Once you finish your first choice selections and tally the credits registered, you will move to completing your alternates and drops on the back side of this form. Moving down to the alternates, it is very important that you complete this and do it correctly. These blanks will be used if the courses you selected above can't all be scheduled for you. Reasons may include the elective course you requested did not have enough students in order for it to be offered, or the course becomes full, or 2 courses you want are offered at the same time, so you can't take both of them. Completing your alternates becomes easier when you have a 4-year plan. For example, let's look at the sample plan. Let's say for this demonstration that you have updated your plan from last year, and all the courses listed in 9th through 11th grade were classes you completed, and you passed all of them except for Chemistry 2, the second half, which you failed. You should update your plan to include the Chemistry 2 class for 1 quarter. For this demo, the student decides to drop fitness in order to fit the required Chemistry 2B class that is required. Now you are ready to register for all the classes in your 12th grade column. Fill out your registration form accordingly. As you look at the classes that you could drop, you should consider what classes you need to best prepare for your post-high school plans. In this example, the student has been planning to attend Riverland for a 1-year program to be a medical assistant and still wants to stick with this goal after high school. Each student should consider and weigh the options for their senior year and then choose carefully their priorities in the order in which they prefer to drop and add their courses to finish up their schedule in the senior year. It is very important in this final year to consider a few things. What are the course requirements for the college where you wish to apply and enroll next year? Some colleges require a 4th year of math, so review the website of the colleges that interest you to become familiar with the requirements so you can plan accordingly. Look at the coursework you will need to take for the degree you wish to earn and make sure you will be prepared for this by taking the right courses in high school. For example, many college programs in engineering and business start out with college calculus in the fall of the freshman year. So don't skip pre-calc, or better yet calculus, during high school, or you will not be ready for your college program next year. If you plan to enroll in a 1- or 2-year program at a community or technical college, you may not need any foreign language classes. So consider this if you find a conflict in fitting this into your schedule and don't really need it for your college plans. Continue to consider the classes you enjoy as well as what high school courses you may benefit from as you maximize your experiences to determine what career path you may follow after high school. Make the most of the options available to you. However, do not take an easy load if you are going on to college. You will likely regret this decision because it may affect your admission to the college of your choice, and you may not be prepared for the rigor of college courses if you do not keep up with your learning and continue developing your skills and readiness for the transition to college. Keep in mind, many classes offered in the 11th and 12th grade years are only offered one time, so it is easier to have conflicts arise during your last 2 years of high school. It is not uncommon to find that 2 classes you want are offered at the same time, so you will be forced to choose. Now, looking at options for drops and alternates in the senior year, the student must make sure to get all the required classes to meet graduation requirements, and then hope to get the remaining electives wanted. In this demo, the 2 English and 2 social studies classes are required, as well as the business class to meet the career standard, and the retake of the chemistry class is required. This leaves pre-calc, anatomy, choir with study hall, and an extra English credit as options for dropping. In this demonstration example, this student will review again the course planned at Riverland for their selected program to be a medical assistant. There will not be any math classes required, so this student will make the decision that pre-calc is an okay choice to drop and write that in for drop choice number 1 and 2. Drop 3 could be the extra English class of humanities. Then drop number 4 and 5 will be anatomy. This student has decided to add classes based upon what might be helpful to prepare for the medical assistant program. It shows courses to include microcomputer applications, so alternative add number 1 will be practical software. Add number 2 and 3 will be accounting. Then number 4 could be child development, and number 5, families and relationships. One final item to consider on the back side of your registration form is if you failed any classes, you should keep track of this and note it on your registration. You should also consider these classes you will need to retake when making your selections and circling classes on your form, as well as when you complete your 4-year plan and what required classes you need to retake. Keep in mind your 4-year plan may need to be rearranged if you are a transfer student from another school and you are taking things in a different order. You can adjust your course plan each year if you fail a class and need to retake it, or if you change your plans and decide different courses may be a better fit for you. Keep in mind it is very important that you do the best job possible completing your registration form correctly each year, and that you register for the classes you need and wish to take. We will build the master schedule based on what you request on this form, so do not take this lightly and assume you can just change your schedule later. The staffing will be planned and the number of sections created based upon your choices on this form, so take your time to do it correctly and build the best schedule that will work for all the students at the high school. The final step of this process is to get signatures on your forms. Student, parent, and advisor signatures should be obtained on both the registration form and your 4-year plan. Staple these 2 together and submit to your advisor. These are due by February 26th.